Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is hashtag Team Fuego. So, this is a channel dedicated to kind of all things horses. We've got lots of videos on here. This particular video though is 3 simple tests that you can perform on your horse that they're not necessarily going to be like run-of-the-mill training exercises that you like teach your horse how to do. They literally are 3 very simple tests that you can execute with your horse just to see how respectful he is, if he's listening, he or she. But you know, how responsive they are when you ask them to do something, and if it's something they've never done before, something new. So when I show you all these different things, as soon as my horse comes over here, when I show you all these different things, I'll explain to you why, the little story behind why I developed these 3 little simple exercises so that you can basically gauge whether or not your horse is listening, not listening, respectful, not respectful, willing to try new things. And that also is going to tell you how much your horse trusts you. Because that's really, at the end of the day, what you need to be. You need to be the ringleader. You need to be the person that they go to, because they're definitely, while they have some leadership characteristics, some of them do, it's not necessarily, you know, as a flight animal, they're prey. So we're the predators, so we have to be the ones that are protecting them. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with number 1.
It's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. Yeah. When it hurts like this, never like, beat it, never like, never like, beat it.
Do they come when they're called is also a mini test. Hi, friend. Here, big boy. He loves being on camera. I know. Don't knock it over, though. Don't knock it over. Well, excellent. You can help me demonstrate the first one. So, this big neck right here, this is Fuego. Hence, hashtag Team Fuego. Don't knock the camera over. Okay, I have not figured out how to teach him that yet. But, so the first test is, response is, basically you're going to ask them to back up, but you're not going to touch them, and you're not going to like cluck or push or anything. The whole point of this is if they respond to you, don't knocking my drink over. The whole point of this is if they respond to you as an entity, being, if you go up to them, do they back up? Do they come forward at you? Do you know? Just see what they do. However, the trick is that you're going to do it without saying any words, because the point is to see whether or not they respond to you at your body being next to them. Come here. You got it. Come here. Come demonstrate. My model's not behaving. Come here, Deli. Come on. Yeah, you. Talking to you. Looking at you. Switch this around. Alright. You're not leaving us very much room to show you this, to show them this. Oh. Hey, you. Hey. So here's the test. Upsy daisy. Yeah, well, that was a bit extreme version of the test, but oh boy. So the whole point of the test is whether or not your horse responds to your body language as, you know, do they respect you enough to move when you ask them to. Number 2, what is this? Number 2 is a leg lifting exercise that's kind of oddball, and I started doing this because I was super lazy, right? So I'd be on this side and I'd pick up the other leg, or I'd be on the opposite side and pick up the leg further away. And ironically, it was during a vet check that my vet was like, well, that's really, he's like, not many horses are trained how to do that. And I was like, it didn't even occur to me that I had trained him to do something different. But the real question is, you know, so since then I've had many, many horses, and so I always go, that's always one of the first things I do is I see whether or not they're willing to lift up that leg. And it's really, you know, they're fully capable of balancing on all 3 legs. It's just a matter of whether or not they're willing to listen to you when you ask them for a specific leg. So let's see how you do, Dilly. See if your modeling skills are getting any better. Grab this piece. Yeah. So. Good boy. He's obviously a pro by now, so it's not necessarily a fair test. Yeah. But, so I came across that test totally by accident. However, it is a good indicator of whether or not your horse is willing to listen to you. All right, so number 3. So my mom, when she was, she went through like a tough time and had kind of like a midlife crisis. Most people buy cars when they have their midlife crisis, but she decided to train or breed horses. So since she's not necessarily the horse breeder or the horse trainer of the family, it fell on me to train the horse. So one of the first things I realized with horses, baby horses, is the top of their head is, we'll call it a pressure point, being that if you grab a baby horse on the top of their head, instantly that means react, let go, get away from me, or you know, it's a pressure area that they don't necessarily think is a safe place to let you grab. So the third test, so the third test is you're actually going to put pressure on the top of your horse's head, and you're going to see how long they let you hold that there. You're going to see how long they let you put pressure on the top of their head without them thinking, freaking out, and being like, oh my God, I'm being attacked by prey, or a predator. Yeah, they are prey. All right, come here. Hang on, come here. Go. Come on, come here. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. So those are 3 very simple tests that you can perform. All they're really going to tell you is whether or not your horse listens to you, whether he respects you, and, you know, possibly some areas that you could improve upon. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I failed this test. It's, what can I work on with my horse? Because at the end of the day, it's only going to improve your relationship. So until next time, I'll see you on #Team Fuego. No, don't knock it over. Subscribe for more videos below. We post stuff every week. Thanks. Bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoy making these videos. For more videos by #Team Fuego, subscribe and get those notifications so you can be notified every time we put up a new video. You can also follow us on social media.